if I lose to her, I got beat by the greatest.
Right.
If I lose to George, I lose to someone that.
My goal in this game is to clean this house out and then go toe-to-toe with the Savs and may the best Sav win. That's what my goal is. That'd be awesome. If I lose to you guys, I feel honorable. The greatest competitors in Big Brother history, because you guys are. There's no question about it. This is the All-Star game, and it's showing right now. Some people are just, the game passed them by. It's a different game nowadays.
This is such bullshit.
And you know what? As much as you want to complain about the rules, this is Big Brother All-Stars. Big Brother 6 is history. Big Brother 2 is history. This is Big Brother All-Stars now. They're doing it, you know? That's the way they're doing it now. Big Brother 9 will be different. Like, well, this ain't Big Brother All-Stars, pal. This is a whole new ball game.
It's just bullshit. When you have the thing with the food competition, like Boogie lifting Diane into the thing with his chained hand.
He's cheating on that.
You're not supposed to do that. If you use your other hand, you're supposed to be eliminated, or that rat has to go back.
He used his hand?
He picked Diane up with his chained hand from the back of her thing and put her into this trough. And then you have this bullshit about not allowing me to compete next week in any competition.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
How do you do that?
Shit.
That's not fair to take one player out of an entire competition. How's that fair? I mean, an entire week of competing, I'm out?
Only way it would have been feasible for you if it was like a player like Allison that was definitely gunning for you next week, where she's so dangerous. Okay.
But in All Stars, someone from our team from season 6 does not get it. You have the only week James is not going to be able to compete for a veto.
Yeah, or anything.
Or anything.
HoH or veto.
Do you go after him?
Yeah, you're vulnerable.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Exactly.
I'd do it.
Right.
You know? And that's exactly why Jace
Can
dropped
Kaser
out.
not compete for veto next week?
But Kaser's different. You know, no one's scared of Kaser beating them physically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Granted, he's come on like a new Kaser this year.
Right.
But it's the same thing with Jace, why he backed out. The fact that Jace, I told him he was safe this week, competed even harder than Will and Boogie. I mean, they didn't even compete.
Will was eating that stuff too. Like, oh, it's no big deal. Like
No.
a couple weeks ago, Will was
Yeah.
eating the slop in the kitchen. He's like,
Yeah,
it's no big
he
deal.
didn't even take a bite out of it today. His bowl sat there the entire time as a reminder.
Why did he do that? Because he thinks he's safe.
Because they think they're safe. And they figured we'd be willing to do anything to keep George in the game. I mean, to keep George out of the game. Thanks.
So
But George played.
never underestimate anything in this game.
Well,
Last week,
it's like
last
asking-
week, the one person that Nokomis and Diane wanted to play because she broke her ribs, played, won the veto.
Yep.
This week, everybody they thought they would dominate, won the veto. You guys
Well-
got more vetoes than me.
Yep, exactly.
He's competing two
Like I
vetoes.
said, what are you going to do? The guy sells himself out for a living. I mean, that's his job. That's what he does. How did you not think he was going to do this? He was in national television in a fucking aluminum foil outfit the other day.
An aluminum foil outfit. From tin foil? Who makes that? Warp?
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
That was Ralph's aluminum foil, though.
Ralph's aluminum foil.
So, hey, it's a great storyline for them. They have their show. That's fine. I didn't come here to be on the show. I came here to fucking compete.
Exactly.
And they took away...
You're
They took the fucking thing away. If I was to go any further in that competition, I could not compete at all next week.
right.
That's not fair. They have all these people working on this show. They had to know that was going to be there. HoH has to compete in veto, right? It's the only way to back up your nominations. They're like, you know what, James? You can back up your nomination this week, but then the next person comes after you. It's bullshit. Complete bullshit.
Would you have put 60 if you got there to the end? Yeah.
I have no idea. That would have been like fucking
You would
crazy.
have had. I know he was putting 60. I knew he
He had to.
He had to.
He had to. He is desperate. He has nothing else in
He
his
would've
entire
went home.
existence. Completely.
He was going home.
Desperation's crazy. This is just a fatter, not good-looking Allison. That's what it is.
Right.
A desperate, crazy player willing to do anything.
No.
So,
I've been in 10 veto competitions. I've come up short every time. This
That's
guy does
hilarious.
2 and he wins one. Unbelievable. So if Case were to put 60, just been no veto?
No veto.
You're standing out there. This is unfucking believable.
I was so mad, wasn't I?
Yeah.
It's not going to change my demeanor. The contest was rigged. You cannot add a failsafe that allows me not to compete. You cannot do that. Whether it was rigged for George to win or me not to compete, it got its option.
You're right, I mean.
You know? How can you do that? You can't. It's not fair. In this game, it's supposed to be balanced for each person to have the same opportunity. But to take away mine, what's the deal?
Howie, please center your microphone.
Thanks for calling me
Dumbass.
out, BB. Thanks, BB. Oh, my ribs hurt too now.
Maybe next week I'll feel like talking to the diary room, but I don't feel like it for the rest of the day.